up, everybody? Nate Serentino here, back with another episode of the Freethinkers Emergence Podcast. Today, we're going to go over controlling your reaction, and this goes hand in hand with the last couple of episodes I released. I like to do a few episodes on a similar topic so they can be in sequence over the week. Now, I did miss one of the Mondays, but that doesn't really matter because I'm still going to do the 3 episodes in sequence, and I'll just upload one of them when I'm done recording all these. And the point of this is that the power of controlling your reaction comes from being that observer, and you even have the option to not react at all, and that's where the most power comes from. It's not to always have a reaction, but it's to choose which reaction you want to have and how much of a reaction or how intense you want that reaction to be. It's the difference between being really happy when something happens, or you just give a smile and you're just that happened. And this is it. This is the choice you have to make in everything you do. You have to choose how you're going to react. It's not you react innately. You're eventually going to hit a point where you learn that you're just observing what's going on around you, and you just pick a reaction that works best. And no one's going to know you're doing this. I mean, sometimes it can come off disingenuous, especially if it's not a genuine response. If you're happy, you shouldn't pretend to be sad. And if you're sad, I mean, it's good to put on a happy face, but at the end of the day, if you actually are feeling really down, it's not gonna help you as much if other people aren't aware. People can help you through things. We are social creatures and we shouldn't have to handle everything on our own. So being able to communicate properly with people how you feel is very important. All this being said, throughout life, you're going to go through all these different instances where you are going to have different feelings. And the entire time, to never let your feelings take control of you and to have control of them, you have to remain calm, cool, and collected. It's a very great phrase. I mean, I just love it so much, and it will actually give you the power to create whatever you want, because once you have control over your vibration or your feelings, now you actually can make some positive directional moves. You can move up and not down. You can really make life better and not worse. This is very powerful in all aspects, and the higher you get into consciousness, the better you will be in controlling your response. And eventually, you're going to hit that point where you're at a state of enlightenment and you understand everything is as it is and it will be as it will be. This being the saying, it is what it is. What's going to happen is going to happen. And to a certain level, everything that is destined to happen on the golden timeline is pretty predetermined. And what I mean by this is, if you make a choice, that choice in one form or another was already destined to happen on the golden timeline. And now there's parallel universes to the other sides for different choices, but what you chose to do becomes that golden timeline. Now, there's always going to be other universes that are going on at the same time, but what it comes down to is choosing your reaction. And when you make that choice, not just changing it right away and sticking with it and seeing how it goes, and understanding that you are in control of your feelings, and that feeling is the reaction, and you have to put your feelings into those emotions, and the emotions are where you really start showing people what's going on outside of you. The feelings are internal, emotions are external. That's why you put it into motion. It's that energy in motion is emotion, and feelings are energy, simply put. So with all this being said, just always be conscientious of how you feel when you're observing your surroundings, and use your consciousness to make good decisions that are not only benefiting you, but the whole, and understand that what you put out is what you get back. So if you want to put out a negative reaction, you're going to get negative reactions back most of the time. And you just have to not like force it, but allow it to flow. And when you allow things to flow, everything will move as the universe would like it to. That's basically all I got. Just like allow your reactions to flow effortlessly without putting too much excess energy, but at the same time, make sure you're putting enough energy. Don't just like live life in like a monotone voice. You need to have energy behind what you're doing and saying, and that will actually make life worth living. If you don't have energy behind yourself and what you do, say, and think, then at a certain point, you're just going to become just another, like, I want to say, a robot on a landscape. Like, you just become lifeless. And that ruins the fun and the enjoyment of life. So, that's all I got. Thank you for listening. My name is Nate Sorrentino, and this was the Free Thinkers Emergence Podcast.
I can fly.